What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Soul Break. Thanks for stopping by my channel. So I'm guessing that whoever's watching this video from my channel probably took a big L on the recent Sacai release. So I decided to do a review on the older model of the Sacais that I have in my collection. I really wanted to win a pair so that I could do a review on my channel, but obviously I took a big fat L as well. So yeah, today here I have the Sacai LDV Waffle OG model. I picked these up earlier this year for resale. Obviously I didn't win these either. And this is actually a funny shoe for me because these released right when I started taking interest in sneakers, but I still wasn't used to the concept of like waiting in line or like, entering raffles for shoes. So I kind of passed on these. And when I first saw these, I was like, wow, those are butt ugly. And so I never thought I would pick these up. But anyways, I ended up paying resale for these earlier this year. And actually, I am really enjoying this pair. So yeah, let's just dive right into the shoes. This is the Sacai LDV Waffle. It's a collab between Nike and Japanese fashion brand Sacai. Starting with the front of the shoe, you've got that pretty fine suede material in this kind of like crimson red color, and it's really nice to the touch. And then you get another layer of like this kind of dark blue, dark navy suede or leather material as well. And the entire upper is created from this kind of lighter blue mesh material. It is pretty thin to the touch, and I've been told that these are pretty brittle, so you want to be careful with these when you wear them. And then moving towards the top of the shoe, you can see more of that kind of like nubuck, dark navy nubuck material lined with that kind of a burgundy or crimson red suede material. And then you can see the signature double lacing system where you get the white laces as well as the gray laces. These are actually a pain in the ass when you're first like wearing the shoe, but I'll get back to that when I talk about wearability of the shoe. Moving on to the tongue tabs, you obviously have that double tongue tab going along with that Nike Sacai collab theme. And then on the first tab, you get that OG, like kind of like vintage Nike logo with the sportswear lettering on it. And then on the back, you got a little bit more crisp looking Nike Sacai tongue tab at the top. The tongue is pretty thin, and when you wear these shoes, they really add a lot of comfort because they're pretty light and very thin. And then as you can see that kind of like thin layer of like sponge exposed on the top, adding flavor to the shoe and kind of like going along with that kind of vintage vibe. And then the most important part of the shoe, I would say, is this kind of double swoosh. That is really signature detail of the Nike Sacai models. You can see that kind of like mustard yellow or like gold kind of like Nike swoosh done in this leather type of material. And then underneath that, you got that silver Nike swoosh as well. It kind of reminds me of the silver swooshes that we've seen on like the Co.JP Jordan models, but I'm pretty sure it's kind of made differently. And then moving on to the heel of the shoe, you've got that more of that kind of crimson red. I would say I think it's really fine suede or nubuck material. It's really, really smooth to the touch, and the stitching is just on point, and it really looks clean. And then moving a little bit up towards the upper of the heel, you get that more of that silver leather with that Nike Sacai branding printed onto the leather part here. And then you can see the more of that kind of like gold or kind of like mustard yellow sock liners on the inside. And then on the insole, you get that white insole with that crimson red lettering with the Nike Sacai logo. Moving on to the midsole, this is where it gets crazy. You got that double stacked kind of like foam material, which is also a very, very important detail on this Nike Sacai collab, and it's a recurring kind of detail that we've seen throughout many different colorways of the collab shoes. And then on the outsole, you've got that black Waffle outsole, which is very classic. I'm pretty sure a lot of you know the history behind this, but you know, one of the first like outsoles for like the running shoes were actually made from that kind of like waffle machine. So this is kind of like a throwback to that uh, history of Nike. Yeah, and in general, these are very wearable. I mean, these go very well with any sort of outfit. You could wear these on like trousers, jeans, jogger pants, sweatpants, shorts. I mean, these go very, very well with anything. And like, I think these are, I mean, they are pretty crazy at first, but like, I think they're pretty well constructed in terms of design, and then you can just really add kind of flair to your everyday outfit, and it's just a pretty um, easy to rock shoe, I believe. Now, in terms of like comfort or in sizing, if you have wider feet, and I mean, if you are on like the wider side, I would definitely go at least half a size up for these. I did go true to size with my pair, but the thing is that, like I said, this mesh material is pretty thin and brittle, so you might stretch these out. And I've heard pretty like horror stories where people have ripped their mesh on the side, and that's obviously not something that you want to see happen on your pair. So yeah, I would definitely recommend you to go at least a half a size if you want that wiggle room and kind of like, you know, safety with the materials. And again, going back to the lacing system, these are a real pain when you're first putting your feet in these. You really have to kind of loosen these up because they're so tightly factory laced when you first get them, and then it's so hard to fit your feet in here. And that's why you want to probably go like a half a size up if you want to, like, you know, make these feel more comfortable. I mean, I went true to size and I don't have a problem with them, but it would definitely be better if you go half a size up. And in terms of comfort, I mean, obviously these look pretty uncomfortable at first, but once you wear them, they are really light because they're based off of running shoes. And it's surprisingly enough, this foam is pretty nice under the feet, and I think it's pretty comfortable. I've worn these for like hours and hours per day, and I really haven't had any issues. Like, I didn't have my toes aching or anything like that. So these are really wearable, easy to rock, and pretty comfortable. But definitely these are like for the summer, obviously, because it's got the mesh material. And another detail that I want to mention is that because of this like double stacked midsole, it does add a little height to it. So whoever like needs that extra boost in height, I mean, this would be a good option for you. Anyways, honestly, I am a little bitter because I didn't win the most recent pair of this Nike Sacai collab, but I think out of all of the collab shoes, I think these are probably the best ones. And even if if they have their flaws, I think like these are pretty like worth paying resale for. I mean, if you must cop like a Nike Sacai collab for your collection, I think I would definitely go for these because I just checked the resale price on the most recent pair, and the resale price is pretty stupid. And honestly, those shoes are borderline ugly because I think they derive their theme from like, I mean, they did go a step further with that kind of ugly shoe vibe, and obviously they give off that kind of like Balenciaga Triple S vibe. You can't deny that, but it just doesn't work for me. I think this is a much cleaner pair, more like easy to wear, easy to rock. This is a better pair in general. So, and I would say like this shoe is pretty versatile. So if you have those extra chips, you know, to spare, I think this would be a nice pair to go pay that like resale price and really, you know, enjoy the shoe. So yeah, that's basically my 2 cents about the recent Nike Sacai release, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it informative. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps me and my channel grow, and I'll keep pushing more content really soon. Thanks for watching.